Hey everyone, my name is Crystal, a CPA at Life Accounting, where we help you to save on taxes and build your wealth. Today, I want to provide you with EIDL updates that are sure to help thousands of business owners. As you may know, the COVID-19 EIDL programs were established to aid small businesses and nonprofit organizations that faced economic challenges due to COVID-19. And recently, there have been 5 considerable changes to the EIDL program. Most notably, the SBA has increased its funding cap to $2 million per business. Now, that's a good chunk of change for most businesses facing difficulties. But if you want to learn more about how that change and the other changes to the EIDL program may affect you, make sure to stick around until the end for all of the details related to the current state of the EIDL programs. And be sure to like and subscribe if you don't want to miss out on more ways to save and make money in your business. The first update is the SBA increased its funding cap from $500,000 to $2 million. This gives businesses more opportunity to receive the funds they need to operate. Loans can be used for business operating expenses and working capital, such as payroll, equipment, and office rent. EIDL funds can even be used to pay business debt incurred at any time in the past, present, or future. And don't worry, if you're a business who has already applied for EIDL and you've received the previous capped amount of $500,000, you can still apply for more funds through the SBA website. This cap increase applies to previous and future applications. Another change to EIDL is that business owners now have 24 months or 2 years after loan origination to begin repayments. Basically, the SBA is implementing a deferred payment period. This deferment period allows businesses to keep operating as normal and survive the pandemic without worrying about making ends meet. Obviously, the hope here is that the pandemic will be long behind us in another 2 years' time, but who really knows? But having 2 full years to get your business back on track is better than none. The third change to EIDL is the establishment of a 30-day exclusivity window, simply meaning the SBA gave borrowers of $500,000 or less first dibs on EIDL funds. Now, this window has since passed, so if you need EIDL funds of over $500,000, you can now apply. The fourth change to the EIDL program is related to the accepted expanded use of funds. Prior to these changes, EIDL funds could only be used for expenses necessary to operate a business. But, as I mentioned before, funds can also be used towards payments on all forms of business debt, including debt from federal agencies or commercial debt. The fifth and final change to the EIDL program was its simplification of affiliation requirement. So many business owners found themselves hung up on the application process for EIDL. Sometimes the instructions were just hard to follow, or there was just confusion around if you qualified or not. To counteract this issue, the SBA has streamlined the application and approval process to be able to help more businesses. As a result, recipients of the Paycheck Protection Program, or PPP, can also apply for EIDL funds. This was done in an effort to coordinate affiliation rules among other lending programs through the SBA and to create more consistency across other existing funding programs. The goal of all of these changes is to enhance the COVID-19 EIDL program so that more businesses can benefit from the funds available in the program. And the good news is that there is still roughly over $100 billion left available in this program. The SBA is still allowing businesses to apply for EIDL funds until December 31st, which is the final deadline. So you still have plenty of time, and they have plenty of money left for you to take advantage of the EIDL program. It is here to help you, especially at a time where 44% of small businesses report having less than 3 months of cash reserves, according to Goldman Sachs. So if you want to apply, visit this link to learn more about eligibility and application requirements. And keep in mind that although the deadline to apply is December 31st, funds could very well run out sooner, so it's important to file your application as soon as possible. Lastly, all of the updates I mentioned in this video applies to businesses who both have and have not already applied for EIDL. But there is a different process for new applicants compared to returning applicants. If you are a business who has already obtained an EIDL loan, you do not need to apply for another loan. Doing so may result in your application being flagged as fraudulent. Instead, you would need to log into your existing SBA account and apply for an increase in funds on your current account. That's all I have for today's video. Be sure to comment any questions or thoughts that you may have, and I'll see you in another video.